Joe Zikas from the newly launched ShopTheNorthShore.com site. I've just walked into Vinic Wine Company at 1509 Chicago in Evanston. Met the proprietor, Sandeep Ghaey, who I first met when he was in 4th grade, just by way of disclosure.
That's true.
Sandeep, you opened just recently. Tell me about Vinic, why, and show me around.
Sure, absolutely. Well, I've been working with wine for about a decade now in restaurants, retail, and for the most part actually in distribution. And I thought, well, I'd really like to give a go of helping people find wines that they enjoy and finding great deals on wines. It was always something that I'm a sucker for a deal, and I like to pass those along. So let me show you around the store.
Yep.
So this is our entryway. Our checkout counter, and in the main room we have the domestic, well actually North American and South American sections, so California, Argentina, and Chile. We'll come back to those on the flip side.
So you're organized by section?
By region, yeah,
by
absolutely.
Region.
And then we move into the old world, all in this room, where we have France, Italy, Spain, Germany, Austria, and a little bit of some other esoteric Eastern Europeans in our back room, so Hungarian, Lebanese.
And it looks like a great social spot to sit and do a wine tasting.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to try and get some winemakers in here to do tastings with us and seminars. We also do tastings every Friday and Saturday. Friday 5 to 7, Saturday 3 to 7. Those are a little bit more casual. Come in and try a couple things that we have open, but they're always a little bit focused. They try and showcase either a different varietal from lots of different regions around the world, or just focus on a very esoteric region, or not even esoteric, just what does Napa have to offer in different types of wines and different types of producers. So we try and do those kind of things.
What's the typical cost for a tasting?
At the moment they're complimentary, and we'll start charging a little bit, always maybe between $1 and $5, and the wine I think will always deliver for whatever the tasting is. It should. It's just a sort of legal hassle that we have to go through. So
free sounds like a great deal.
Free is a great deal.
What's been popular since you opened?
Strangely enough, we find that French wine has been our top seller, which is great for us. Me and Tom, my employee, discussed whether it's our passion for French wine, or if rather Evanston's a French wine drinking place. In either case, we have a great selection from all different types of regions. In the old world, all of our wines are broken down by sub-regions, so it's more geographical. In the new world stuff, it's done by varietal, and I think that's also indicative of how the winemakers approach wines in these different areas. But if you follow me, I'll show you the back area.
Sure, and talk to me about costs.
Our wines run anywhere from as low as $6.99 all the way up to just about anything that your pocketbook will allow. But beyond just the price point, we really try and focus on sort of finding wines that over-deliver. So even if it's $100 wine, you can get ripped off, right? You can get ripped off even if you buy a $10 wine. It just, if you buy a lousy wine and it costs too much, you get ripped off. And that's really try and be on the opposite side of that spectrum, where you feel that you've spent the money and you get a great bottle, and you get something you enjoy. And that takes me listening to what people enjoy and also finding things that are interesting for them as well.
So you can work with the rookie who's doesn't know much about wine and make suggestions for them.
I think people have their own vocabulary when it comes to wine, and having translating that, being able to translate that into my own vocabulary, or even give them a vocabulary. Sometimes people come in and like, I know what I like, I don't know how to describe it. So then we just talk, and I throw out words, and they're like, I like that word. That seems to be sort of what I tend to like in my wines. Velvety, or robust, or austere, or these type of things, and then we can go from there and find them something that they enjoy.
I'm going to challenge you to pick up a bottle of wine and give me your vocabulary on it.
My vocabulary on it? Oh man, come to an interesting section. We'll go with this one. This is a Primitivo de Manduria, which is in the southern Italy, and Primitivo is actually a cousin of the Zinfandel grape. So what you're going to get from this is both a large structure, a nice boldness. Zinfandel also has a nice little spiciness, or Primitivo in this case, has a little bit of spice, and so the other things that factor into this wine are that it's from the southern part of Italy, so you get a nice warmth there, and it's sort of just rolling hills, and that extra heat makes the wine even larger. And you know, wherever they grow Zinfandel or Primitivo, it's often the warmer regions within those growing areas. It also does have a nice earthiness that you don't get in what, you know, I think people are more used to actual Zinfandels as opposed to Primitivo. The Primitivo is also a nice earthy zestiness. Yeah, so that's the lowdown on the 2007 Olsen-Yoler. As you can see, we've deliveries coming in every day. We're always trying to keep the inventory fresh and change things out. And you know, we're not going to have tons and tons of wines. We do have quite a few, but we like to give people an option of trying different things by rotating out what we do carry. But this also comes down to, you know, when we search for deals, sometimes we get the last of what's available, and you know, we beat them up real bad on the pricing. And when it's gone, and we move on to something else.
Can you special order for me if
Absolutely. Come on in. We can track down just about anything. Sometimes, though, I mean, some wines aren't brought into Illinois. But if you had it at a restaurant in pretty much anywhere in Illinois, I can generally get my hands on it. And probably generally a little less than what you paid for it at the restaurant, which is always nice.
Hey, thank you.
No problem.